Good morning. I am before you with another fantastic judgment for the candidates who are aspiring for district judges and district municip because uh, in criminal side a complicated question was to understand the sections 299, 300, 304 part 1, part 2 along with general exceptions, specific exceptions and provisional exceptions. So academically it is most important to go through this judgment. 2020 Supreme Court AIR 19966 Paul versus State of Kerala. The case was very simple. Two children are there for the deceased, and on fateful day there was quarrel between the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law, and the daughter-in-law came to know that her husband was drinking at friend's house collectively. She went there and scolded her husband, and during night hours there was scuffle. The wife was severely beaten and strangulated to death. Three persons were prosecuted for offences, but lower court initially acquitted all the accused, and subsequently the mother of the deceased went on appeal before the High Court. High Court, since there was no proper uh, dealing with the provisions of 313 CRPC, remanded the case back to the lower court. Lower court convicted, appellate court also confirmed only one accused was convicted. The Supreme Court elaborately discussed what is difference between 200, 300, 299, 300, 304, part 1, part 2 by analyzing so many judgments. See, I will, but you have to understand. First, you go to section 84, 86, which deals with general exceptions, and the 105 and 106 Evidence Act. The Supreme Court has said that the primary basic duty of the prosecution was that it was their duty to prove the case. Therefore, that was there. But once they have proved their case, when you are claiming some general exception or specific exception, then you have to substantiate with your evidence, which warrants under section 105 and 106 Evidence Act. So kindly go through 105 and 106 Evidence Act word by word. Then you read the general provisions which commands 101 CRPC, Indian Evidence Act, which commands the prosecution to prove the case. Then section 84 Indian Penal Code deals with insanity. Then all these provisions were deeply discussed. They say 106 Evidence Act only commands the prosecution to prove the case, but that 106 thereafter, if you claim any exceptions, then that commands under section 106 and 105 and 106 Evidence Act. I am little bit confused because climate is not good. However, I will complete this. Kindly, I want to refer certain things. Paragraph 21 of the judgment deals with elaborately how the evidence should be brought within the ambit of 299, 300, and whether there was any possibility of invoking 304 IPC. Finally they said, by examining the entirety of the evidence, absolutely there is no possibility of deviating the sentence, altering from 302 to 304, either part 1 or part 2. Therefore, the accused was condemned to imprisonment for life. Then I have so lot of cases were discussed. You have to several references were given. I am sorry, I am not able to even breathe properly. However, kindly go through the entirety of judgment, para wise para, so that you can understand the main directions under Indian Penal Code, how to shift the conviction from 302 to 304, and along with the evidences available, and where is the onus of proof rest on the accused as well as, and explaining your evidence statement under 313 will also play a vital role in converting the leniency of sentence by diminishing the graveness of the offences. So kindly go through the case. Best wishes. Sorry for some problem.